Now, I do like a good side hustle idea, freelance graphic designer, paid Instagram posts, Uber driver, selling Pokemon cards, but these pale into comparison to what some of the F1 drivers get up to make a little bit of extra money. I really do enjoy talking about F1 business activities and just delving a lot deeper into the finance and the logic behind why people make the decisions they do. This is especially prominent in a volatile driver market such as this year, where you could be driving happily for your team and doing really well or badly. Either way could turn to the next year where you won't have a seat available for you to drive and someone's taking your position. So like most athletes, it's good to have something there that keeps you busy as well as an additional source of income. They'll have media and sponsorship duties and just in general preparing for the next races. Even with all that activity, they'll have a lot of time, like I said, and even more importantly, they'll have a lot of money to play with. But with all that spare time and money, which drivers are being the most proactive and putting it into side hustles? Welcome to the Racing House. My name is Sakki, and keep watching to find out the current businesses or side hustles that the F1 drivers have at the moment. Before we move on, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're enjoying our content. We're aiming for 10,000 subscribers and your small action contributes to us hitting that target before the end of the year, so thank you. To be honest with you, it was Lando Norris's recent announcement that he was starting his own side hustle that really sparked the idea for this video. So let's get started with him. I'm not sure if there's been any businesses prior to this. What we do know is that he started a new content gaming group called Team Quadrant. So this team is comprised of Lando Norris, Twitch streamer Arav, Steve Alvarez Brown from Super GT YouTube channel, Maria, a gaming personality, the sports gaming star FNG. This is quite an exciting lineup given the huge names behind the team. They've got a huge following and can really do something that's quite exciting in the space. So I, for one, I'm excited to see what they've got coming. So based on the information out there on their website and social media, they'll be looking to combine racing, gaming, apparel, and overall good content. Team Quadrant will be looking to compete in a number of esports events. They'll be looking to start off small and then grow into other esports categories. Next up, we've got Lewis Hamilton. From the information that I've been able to gather, it looks like he's been the most active in terms of side hustles, partnerships, and extracurricular activity outside of F1. So the first example of this is Neat Burger, which is a plant-based restaurant that Lewis Hamilton has invested in and backed. They claim to have a positive impact on the environment as well as your stomach by serving you up a limited plant-based menu. And how do they live up to such bold expectations and claims? Well, they do this by partnering with organizations such as Beyond Meat and the Eden Project to ensure that a tree is planted for every product that is sold at one of their venues. Like I said, he's invested in this, so he isn't the sole owner of this restaurant. It's actually owned by the Cream Group, who own night venues and nightclubs such as Cirque Le Soir, Drama Park Lane, and Restaurant Oz. Quite recently, Lewis founded his very own racing team, which will be competing in Extreme E racing next year. Extreme E aim to bring us an off-road racing experience powered by electric SUVs that will go and race in remote parts of the world such as the Amazon rainforest and the Arctic. It is quite an ambitious series to launch, especially in these challenging times, but I for one will be tuning in because there are a number of interesting names that will be launching their own team. For example, Nico Rosberg, reigniting the old rivalry between Lewis and Nico, but just with their own teams. On top of this, Lewis has got quite creative, dipping his toe into collaborations with Christina Aguilera. He also collaborates in the world of fashion, doing work with Tommy Hilfiger, who sponsor Mercedes, and I think he's got his own clothing range coming out with them very soon. Moving on to our next driver, we've got Charles Leclerc, who, like Lando Norris, is getting started very young in his F1 career in terms of external business activities. And he's gone with something that is very familiar to a racing driver, where he's collaborated with kart manufacturer Birol ART or Birol Arts to produce his own range of racing karts. Now, the Charles Leclerc range comes in the Ferrari driver's colours. It comes in a number of sizes, catering to the wide market. and it also bears his name on the chassis. And lastly, we've got Kevin Magnussen. He will likely be leaving at the end of the 2020 F1 season, given that there's been limited options open to him in F1. With that in mind, he's been developing his interests outside of the sport. He's been sponsored by Omnicar since 2018, but as of 2020, this sponsorship has evolved into more of a partnership. And if you're wondering what the Omnicar actually do, they are a software effectively that allow car dealerships and vehicle repair shops to manage sales and workloads more efficiently, if that kind of makes any sense to you. I'm not quite sure what that means in reality, but we'll go with that. And what will he actually be doing for them in terms of this partnership that they mention? Well, according to their statement, he will help ensure that Omnicar service maintains its high quality standards and, to the extent possible, facilitate access to his extensive network. Looking into it a little bit further, I think his main activities will be helping to push their new mobile workshop concept that they'll be hoping to roll out in the next few years. So it does look like Kevin will have his hands full after he's left Haas. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Which one has really caught your eye? Are there any driver side hustles that I've not mentioned in this video? Please let me know. And after looking at the examples that I've given you, the ones that excite me the most are probably Lewis Hamilton's Extreme E Racing and Lando Norris's Team Quadrant. I think the Extreme E Racing is an exciting new series that's coming out next year, so it's a new concept and I want to see how that develops. And then Lando's Team Quadrant is a very innovative idea. There's no guarantee that it's gonna make tons and tons of money, but you can tell that he's really going to enjoy making that gaming content, that racing content, and being involved with some very, very big creators in the space. So that finishes off my video about F1 drivers and their side hustles or businesses. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, everyone. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to ensure that you get all my latest videos.